everyone, it's me Jenny and this is another little review for Movie Club Strikes Back. This week was my pick and I chose The Breakfast Club. And before I really start, the thing I need to explain about this film is I watched it a year and a half ago for the first time with my sister and her boyfriend, and I was blown away and I immediately bought the DVD and I only unwrapped the cling film, the plastic film from this DVD box when I was filming my review, my pick video for this film. All of these DVDs, all of these back here, all 149 of these DVDs I have watched at least 3 times. Every single one of them. Some of them I've watched beyond count, like League of Extraordinary Gentlemen I've watched more times than I can count. Even the crappy ones like Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer I have watched many, many times. Like, every single one of these DVDs I love and I've watched many, many times. That's not counting things like Hot Fuzz, which is behind my mirror here. I've watched Hot Fuzz so many times and I've watched all of the commentaries multiple times. I don't put a DVD onto this shelf until I've watched all of the behind the scenes and I've watched the film probably at least twice. This film has been sat on my desk for a year and a half because it is so emotionally resonant and so amazing that it's the first time I've ever owned a DVD that I've wanted to preserve the emotional, cathartic state that it provides. It is such an amazing film. And I remember going in, the first time watching this, I remember sitting down on the sofa with my sister and her boyfriend and thinking, I'm not going to enjoy this. It's one of those 80s films, it's a teen comedy that I'm not going to be invested in. It's not going to be my cup of tea. It's going to be dramatic and, you know, there's going to be a romance and there's going to be this and that and the other. And this is one of the most intelligent, thought-provoking character pieces of all time, in my opinion. The way that the characters are built in this very, very naturalistic way, where it's witty and clever and complicated, and then they rip the characters apart and they put them back together. And I think it's impossible to watch this film without either seeing part of yourself in these characters or part of someone you know, or both. I think it's just a great breakdown of secondary school and teenage tropes that is still really relevant as an adult. There's a line from, I believe it's Jane Austen Book Club, which is the pink one up here, which is, high school is never over. And this film sums up that for me. How you feel as a teenager and how you feel as a developing person never goes away, but I wish that I'd watched this DVD when I was a teenager because it encourages such amazing complex thought of people. Even the characters that you hate at the beginning or midway through, by the end you understand them and you love them in their own weird way. The acting throughout is amazing. It's just naturalistic, and even the quirky, weird moments which could almost take you out of the movie somehow just build the character, and it's just so hard to explain how good this film is in terms of character development. I love the acting. I think the actors, all of them, are phenomenal. See, I am brain dead. I think the script is amazing. It's so smart, it's so complex. They really push the boundaries on honesty and a sense of reality. The direction is very, very simple. It's all pretty much one set, which is almost a labyrinthine school, and it's so very simple, but it's very, very controlled and careful. Things like the way that they've marked each scene, where it's got characters between characters and 3 characters in one shot, or the brilliant moment with the knife, the way they frame that so it just disappears. It's perfect. It's so simple and so effective, and you'll find yourself laughing, and you'll find yourself crying, and there are some of the most intense character moment scenes of all time in this film. There's some scenes which will break your heart, and there's some scenes that will put them back together again. The music in this is amazing. It just works. It's 80s, but it's the best of the 80s, and it fits into this movie perfectly. I love this film, and I was really, really happy to rewatch it. There are some films that, these are all good films. These are all great films. I love them. Some of them are stupid, some of them are brilliant. Some of them are well directed, some are poorly directed. This film is the only film ever that I've chosen not to watch, even though I have access to, because I wanted to preserve the feeling that I get from watching this film. Please go watch it if you haven't watched it. It's amazing. I found it really, really emotionally resonant, and I can't think of anyone who wouldn't be empathetic to this film. It's funny in some places, it's clever, and it's one of the most heart-wrenching, brilliant character stories of all time. It's a journey, and it's worth at least one watch in your lifetime. Anyway, that's about it. I'm sorry, this is one of my probably most serious reviews of all time. I feel like I need to put googly eyes on something to make it less serious, but I wanted to talk about this film and my experience with it. Yeah, that's about it. Feel free to comment down below if you've seen this film and your thoughts on it. If you haven't seen it, please do, and I will see you guys all next week. Bye guys!